Hello, this is Dr. Shmaefsky introducing you to Environmental Science 1401. In this video, I'm just going to give you a brief introduction to the class and a little into the D2L. And this is the first time I'm teaching at least this course online. It's not the first time we've taught it online in the college system, though. So I do appreciate your patience as we go through this, and this would be our regular lecture style. So let me go to the next slide. And again, just a little bit about me. Most of you have already emailed me. And unfortunately now I don't have an office, so my office hours would basically be whenever you send me an email. And the best way to email me would probably be right now through D2L. You could also use my Lone Star or my college email address. If you do need to call, please call my office number, because that rolls over to a voicemail, and I can't always guarantee I can return a phone call right away. This is what our D2L course site's going to look like, and hopefully you've all been through the training on this, and I'm not going to expect anything complex out of this. Mostly what we're going to be doing is working through the content session of D2L, and that's going to look just like the window you're seeing now, where I already have some content posted, like your syllabus, Habitable Planet, and I'll talk about that assignment. That's also in your syllabus. And PowerPoint presentations are here, and you'll see as we drop down what are called the content boxes, you'll see things labeled like Introduction, Lecture 1, Lecture 2, and all the way down till we finish the course. I will be inputting your grades into D2L as fast as I could, and that's pretty easy to check for your own grades. I will also be keeping your grades on a spreadsheet, so it might take me a little time before I get particularly assignment grades added to this. But this is going to be your dashboard, and this is going to be very important. I'll be sending emails out every time I post something, and I'll tell you where to look for it along this content area. Now, just for a brief course description, basically this is introduction to the principles of what we call environmental systems or environmental science. This will include everything from a little chemistry to the ethics, economics, and biology, and all sorts of topics. So this will hit upon psychology, sociology, because that's a lot of what environmental science is made of. And our content is basically set by the and designated by the Texas Higher Ed Coordinating Board. This does transfer as a college credit to any four-year university in Texas, and we've had a good track record of it being transferred out of state, usually as an environmental science course or as a general science course for students that are non-science majors. And again, this course is not just going to be science. We're going to talk about human interactions and lots of things and how we fit into the environment. My focus is going to be what is our role in maintaining the environment and using the environment. Now, for evaluation, and this is all out of your syllabus, this will be modified as we go along, because I planned this originally for us to be a hybrid class and have lecture content. So we are going to still have 3 take-home lecture tests, and these will be posted under D2L under an item called tests. And I will post the test at the time that I say I will and set a due date for that. Now, I will eventually close down the test, so I would appreciate that you do the test in a timely manner and get it done within the time period I give you. These are open book. The tests are based on the PowerPoints and the book. Searching the web might not give you the right answers because the questions are not related to web content. But again, you'll see a test sheet that goes along with the test. I'll explain a little later. I will be giving somewhat of a laboratory and probably not group assignments. So I will be giving you assignments that will add up to at least 8 or 10 assignments that you do at home. It would be research assignments that you look up stuff on the web or just follow the assignment sheet that I gave you. And you'll be given, these will be worth a test point between all of them. Another thing we won't be doing, obviously, is a group experiments. And unfortunately, our experimental creatures have died, and we've lost a lot of everything in the flood. And the same is true for our service learning. We won't be doing any volunteer activities unless it's something I could ask you to do at home, and we submit the end of the year. So these points will probably not be added. I mean, these points in particular won't be added into it. You'll also see in your syllabus a series of videos and assignments called the Annenberg Habitable Planet Lessons. And this is an excellent series designed by Annenberg and Nova. If you're familiar with Nova on public television, they've done a beautiful series that goes along with the book on environmental issues and where do people fit in. And I'll be asking you to answer several questions on the videos. There's also an online textbook that goes along with that too. Unfortunately, the textbook from Annenberg is not totally usable for the class, so you will need our textbook that I assigned, the Anger and Smith textbook, to get through the test. I will be taking kind of like an attendance, so I can see when you log on, and I'll also base your attendance on assignment completion. And I hate to give late docking for completion, but please, again, when I set a timeline, just try to get the assignments in so I can get them graded on a timely manner too. And you'll also have a take-home final. This will be a comprehensive final exam that's all essay, and is very much like an advanced placement exam. So it will be essays that ask you to look up content, particularly related to what we covered in this class, and write pretty comprehensive essays on it. And I'll go to the next slide. Unfortunately, we have two sets of books. So to go along with the course and the PowerPoints, I will list what chapters it goes with either the 12th edition, as you see contains 20 chapters, and the 13th and 14th editions, which are almost identical, goes up to 19 chapters. Basically, they blended a couple of chapters along the way. So when I assign a test, I will mention that these are the chapters for the 12th edition, if you have that, or the 13th or 14th editions. And if some of you managed to get an antique 11th edition, that might not work well for the class as far as the data goes, but at least it will have the chapter set up of the 12th edition. So the 12th, 13th, 14th editions of the book are fine. And keep this slide as a reference, okay, for the book. And I believe I also included this breakdown in the syllabus also. So what is the online format going to look like? There will be a recorded lecture by me, pretty much like this. I'm filming this in what's called PowerPoint Mix, so I convert a PowerPoint to a video. And we're also going to be seeing another series of videos called the Bozeman Science videos. These were produced by a faculty member in Montana who uses this for his teaching. And these are great videos that reinforce a lot of content I cover, but also have some coverage in other areas too. And he's very straightforward and shows a lot of, like, you know, pathways, pictures and stuff that I don't always have available. We will do some, again, assignments based on the videos and assignments that are case studies. And you'll see these as they go along. They're not very difficult, but they do reinforce the course content. And I find them, and my students in the past have found them pretty entertaining and informative because they address contemporary issues in environmental science applicable to our region, but also globally. And again, there's a Habitable Planet video that comes with a little quiz that you fill out and you submit to me. I probably won't be using the chat board because this gets a little funky for kids, and I will try one chat to see how it goes, but I really would like to try the Flipgrid because we have a minute and a half to bring up an issue or discussion issue, and I think that really makes you think about rehearsing and saying something in a very concise way. That's very much how we have to do in environmental science, and I'll discuss that as the semester goes on. And again, we're going to have 3 take-home tests and a take-home final. And again, I'm looking for your own work, and I'll show you how the tests are going to work. And actually, that would be on the next slide, this slide. So you'll have available on the web the lecture test answer sheet. That's what's going to be labeled, and you should download a fresh one every time. And what I'm going to ask you to do is either type into it and put the multiple choice letters or true and false. I know this sounds kind of silly to have a multiple choice or true and false test to take home, and I'm doing a lousy job writing letters with my mouse. Okay, but the answers are kind of open-ended, and some of them are factual. But again, some of them are pretty close, so I'm looking for your answers and what you found in the book, not on the web, and also, of course, on the PowerPoints too. So if you just fill this in either directly in a document by typing in or handwriting it and either photocopying it or scanning it and emailing it to me, I will grade these. So this will be the way we do our tests. And normally what we do in the class is we do have take-home tests the students submit on a Scantron. Unfortunately, I don't have a Scantron machine because that's what suffered in the flood, and I probably won't have one until next year. So this will be the way we'll be grading. And please give me a couple of days to grade these, because I'll be hand grading these, and I'll have about 120 of these to do once I give an exam. So it's pretty much, submit these by email, and please do that on the given due date. Preferably, not by midnight of the due date, but somewhere around dinner time. If you have any questions about anything, you've been good about emailing me through D2L, and I'm trying to get a response within several hours from you. I can't guarantee that I'll email you back if you send me something at 11 at night, but I happen to be awake and on my computer doing something, I will try to get you a reply. So if you have trouble with D2L, I don't know if I can help you much with that, but I can send you in the right direction, and our information technology services, or they call them OTS, which I forgot what that stands for, they are very helpful too with dealing with student issues. So again, you can either leave me an email at D2L or any of the other email options, and you can leave me a voicemail, and I'll be quick about getting back to you. So any questions about assignments, whatever's. And that's the end of this. And what I'll be doing is posting your first lecture with all the accessory materials that go with that on the middle of the week of the September 25th.